How's everybody doing? Let's do some introductions just so I know who all is on the call.
I'm Amy. My daughter was, I guess, the case that got, I don't know. I found out about my daughter. I went straight to a Dr. Newman at Manual. And then from there, we got with the detectives, did a forensic interview, and Donnie was released or suspended rather. And then he's locked up. So, but she's only 17, so we're kind of keeping her out of the media as much as possible.
Well, we've got you as Amy J, and that may be anonymous enough to keep people from figuring it out. And I like
They'll
that.
figure it out sooner or later. So
that's right. That's right.
Meet the Loner Twins, Johnny and Lonnie. Meet the Loner Twins victims, Angel, Becky, Cindy, and Dawn.
Yeah, my name's Alexis. I went to Evangel Christian most of my high school career, and Ronnie and Donnie were my football coaches from sophomore to junior summer to my senior year. So like 2005, 6, and 7. And I mean, I was a victim of both, I guess, more so Donnie than Ronnie, but they were my football coaches at Evangel. Met them when I was 14 or 15, the summer between my sophomore to junior year, and they were my coaches for my high school career as a football player. Played with the boys, to be clear.
Did you tell me that they left Evangel? Is that the name of it, Evangel Christian?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. When rumors started circulating?
Yes, there was, especially my senior year, there's a parent that said they'll talk to whoever. Parents went to like the pastor, the administrator, the principal, the athletic director, and was like, Alexis is in an inappropriate relationship, because it was obvious. They started sending a parent, and we would stay overnight at hotels. So they actually had a parent, Danya, who connected me with Ariel, that would try to, like, she said she was trying to protect me. The head coach came to him and was like, to protect me. So there was a lot of like reports made. And then when I graduated in 2007 is when they left. So my senior year was their last year of coaching. They went to Fern Creek in 2008. At least Ronnie did. I don't know about Donnie.
Okay. And did things take place on those overnight stays? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
And so people knew and they just looked away.
Well, they reported it and nothing was done. A female parent was sent with me to the overnight games to the hotel, but she sent an email to the news stations saying that, and I can send you that email because it's public. She sent an email to the school, to the news stations, about the head coach coming to her and asking her to kind of like be there as protection when we went overnight and stay at all the hotel rooms. But she said that Ronnie and Donnie would come and get me like really late at night and say they wanted me to clean equipment or go over drills. And she would say no. And they would say, you're the parent where the coaches were getting her. So she said after she reported it and after several games, there was nothing she could do. I can send you that email. We would get like slaughtered by teams here. Like we would lose. So they made us go out of town every week for football. So we wouldn't get beat by 200. It would just be 100. We really were terrible. So we would travel like to Pikeville, to Paintsville. Yeah, not as bad as Louisville, but still very embarrassing. So we would stay overnight. So what they did was they would send us in 2 vans, because we had a small team. There's like 11 of us, in 2 vans to the high school on Friday night, wherever we were playing. We would stay at a hotel in that city that Friday night. Then we would do a college visit on Saturday. So we went to like University of Cumberland, Campbellsville, Berea, stuff like that. We would do college visits after. We went to Tennessee. I think we did, I don't know, Tennessee something. But we would go to the football games Friday nights, always stay at a hotel on Friday night, and then Saturday do a college visit, come back to Louisville Saturday night.
Hi, I'm Alyssa.
Okay.
I don't know what information I'm supposed to give, but my relationship was with Ronnie 2016, 2017. I was 13. I went to Newburgh Middle School at the time.
Was there
He
another one in
filed
there?
hers in 2022 from when it
Okay.
happened.
I think I truly in my heart believe that he did pick me for a reason. Don't know what the reason is specifically. But at the time I was 13, I was in foster care. I had kind of already dealt with something like this before. I was a troubled kid. I was always in trouble. So it kind of started just casual conversation, one thing led to another. But by the end of it, I'd say like there were so many rumors around that an adult had to catch wind of that. If the whole entire school was talking about this one rumor, that me and Ronnie were messing around, then you know what I'm saying, somebody had to hear that. And like
Right.
Ariel, we're at the same school at the same time, and she can tell you like people were talking about it. Let's see. It kind of came up for me again. I had let it go. I got pregnant and it started like really weighing on my shoulders a lot, about to become a mom and have my own kid, and thinking about what my own kid's school life would be like and everything. It kind of started messing with me a little bit. So I reached out to a lawyer. That's where I found David. He contacted a couple people for me when I told him. He contacted JCPS, Crimes Against Children, and CPS. And I'm not sure what they ever did about it or came of it, but by the end of it, David pretty much ghosted me. I didn't hear much ever from him back. And it's just now coming to light to me with those public records that, they were trying to contact him to interview and he never got back with them. And then so after that, he ghosted me. I kind of let it go again. And I seen the articles about Donnie and I was just like, whoa, holy shit. Imagine if it was the same situation. And so I made a Facebook post kind of about my situation. And then we all kind of met and started talking. And now we're here.
Okay, I'm Ariel, Ronnie's daughter. I don't really know, like, I was his victim from 6th grade, which is, I don't really remember what year I started 6th grade, maybe 2014, 2015, because it's 2 years in a school year, but it was around that time when it started, and then it ended in 2021. So I had told my friend I was planning on running away or whatever. So I went to work and I got dropped. Okay, so I got dropped off at work, and when I got there, I called the police, basically like, "Hey, I'm trying to run away. I'm scared for my life, blah blah blah." And then I was just telling them like, "This is going on, that I've been getting up about my dad for like years." And then they was like, "Well, I hope you're not just saying this so you can run away." And I'm like, "No, it's really happening." So they came and they talked to me and was just like, "We got to file a report, get you a detective," like all that stuff. I went to live with my mom, and then after that, I think a detective reached out to her a few times through email, but after that, it's just like nothing else happened after that. Like it got real quiet. I didn't hear from him, didn't hear from no detective or anything like that. Everybody just stopped reaching out. So I gave up on it, and I was like, felt like real discouraged about it. So I just let it go, tried to forgive and forget.
Okay. And did you also go to Newburgh?
Yeah.
Okay. So was this happening simultaneously? Did you guys know each other and know it was happening at the time?
No, we seen each other at school, but we wasn't friends or nothing. We didn't talk.
But as far as from looking back, was it going on at the same time, or do you think it was different times? Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah, because mine went from 2014 all the way to 2021, so it was both.
Okay. How old were you, Ariel, when when Alexis was being abused? Have you guys figured this out?
You 2004, right, Alexis?
Yeah.
I was 1 year old.
Oh dear.
Yeah, we both were.
And Amy's daughter wasn't born yet.
Oh dear. I'm sorry, that's pause worthy. I need to take a breath.
Yeah, it's just, and that's what another thing I think that we want to bring attention to is the fact that this has been going on. Like Alexis is 32 years old, my daughter's 17 years old. So this has been something that's been going on for this many years. And I think as we saw on Facebook last night with all of the records being exposed, it's something that's definitely been brought to people's attention and then swept under the rug, which is again just enabled other victims to be victimized.
Absolutely. And
we think that, so Donnie and Ronnie's first job with children was at Evangel. So they were 20, 21. I think they were 21. Yeah, Evangel was the first place they worked with kids. JCPS was like 2009.
so they left.
Evangel was the first place that they worked with children anywhere, or teenagers, high schoolers, whatever. Because
And
they
you
were
told-
themselves 2021.
And you told me that you thought he was your boyfriend.
Yes. Yep.
So what did that look like to others? Was it a secret? Did he tell you to keep it a secret?
At first, yes, but then it became more open. So I was around, family, friends. We would go out. He would pick me up. I would spend the night at his house. We would do things together. So it wasn't really like in my teenage mind, like that was my boyfriend. That was like my first serious relationship.
Tell her about the party promotion, the clubs, Alexis.
So yeah, that's important too. Yes. So
I don't know if that's record yet or what.
It is,
Okay.
and a bunch of people brought it up. So they ran an entertainment business called Through the Roof Entertainment, like Through the Roof Entertainment, where they threw 18 and over, 21 and over parties at club stages. It's not a club anymore, but it was on Dixie Highway behind the dollar store near Shavley Apartments. So they were party promoters and they owned an entertainment business with two of their best friends. And I went to some of the parties while I was underage. They got me in. I got alcohol, things like that. And they had just started it. So I don't know. So they were born in 84 and this was, so I guess they were 21. So they had just started Through the Roof Entertainment when they started coaching at Evangel. That was their other job. Ariel, didn't they use your picture on a 21 and over party flyer?
What kind of picture?
It was a baby picture of me in a onesie and a diaper.
That's fucking weird.
That is very, it's kind of creepy. It almost sounds like
Pedos.
It's like
they're like promoting pedophilia a little bit.
Yeah.
Pedos come
I
to the
go to
club.
any party as a grown up, unless it's like a baby shower, or like a 1-year-old's birthday, whatever.
A baby shouldn't be on a grown ass flyer for grown people.
No, and this was a flyer for a 21 and over party at a nightclub.
Right. A baby shouldn't be on that.
No.
What?
Like I told you before, it doesn't matter how old you was. Like, you was a kid. He should have stopped that. It don't matter if you went to his
Absolutely.
naked, like, hey, I want you. He's supposed to stop you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's all part of the grooming effect that took place with everybody. I mean, I can speak for myself and I think others. Most of these victims, there is no father in the picture, right? Yeah, because what they have the right to do as teachers in JCPS is pull up students' files, and with that, I know that Donnie pulled up my daughter's files so that he like stalked me on Facebook. Basically, before he even spoke to her, he knew how many siblings that she had. He knew there wasn't a father in the picture. He knew all of that. So they I think they are pretty specific when they go after their victims. And you all can stop me if I'm saying something that's not correct. But
no, not at all. They were very specific. We were all troubled, and most of us didn't have fathers.
Yeah, they were very strategic about who they picked.
But I know as far as concerned, Donnie actually like showed her news articles and news clips where teachers or people in, a power position have gotten in trouble for this before and repetitively told her if this ever out, you have to protect me. You have to protect me.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that even shows that he knows what he was doing was
Oh,
criminal.
absolutely.
Absolutely. They both did.
I mean, basically, so chronologically, like I said, 2005 through 2007, that was their first job with kids. They had the entertainment business. It started the summer of my sophomore year, between my sophomore and junior year, and continued on until after I graduated when I was 17. So it continued to after I graduated. Mine was mainly Donnie, but I also had relations with Ronnie. And like I said, at first it was kind of more hidden and more strategic, but as it progressed, it was, people knew, people saw me. There were rumors, so I do believe, and I don't know this to be a fact, but I do believe they left Evangel because it got so bad that there were so many people saying things. So I graduated in 2007. Ronnie went to Fern Creek in 2008. I don't know if Donnie went straight to JCPS or somewhere else. And basically, after I was 18, after about my second semester of college, because I was 17 in my first one, we really didn't have much contact. I haven't had any recent contact with him or anything. I found out about this because one of the football parents sent me a message and said, "Oh my God, did this happen to you with Donnie's article?" And I didn't know Amy, her daughter, Ariel, Alyssa, anybody else this happened to. The football parent just kind of connected me and Ariel, and it went from there. So, and I'm much older by at least 10 or 12 years than everybody else. So, I mean, to my knowledge, nobody's came out before me. This was their first instance. But my concern is, like I think Amy and Alyssa said, that this has been a pattern that's went on for so long. So it's 2023. It started in 2005. That's 18
Right.
years.
That's
Right.
that's almost 2 decades. Yeah.
That's
So
all me and Ariel, that's our entire life since we
Yeah.
were kids. And there's no way that they're gonna get away with it once and then just stop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's no way it's
yeah.
just me and Amy's daughter, because that's a period of 17 years that he didn't do anything with any minor. And that's just not true. Like, I know people are going to come out, because you can't tell me this man is 2021. He has a whole relationship with a child that's under his watch playing football. And then it stops until 17 years later when he finds somebody at a different school. That's just, there's so many more of us. But
I think
I
it's
mean,
just people that are still scared to come out, right? And the way
yeah.
they were so heavily, it almost put, and still Alexis to this day has a feeling of a little guilt, because they were just groomed so
Mhm.
so much. It's disgusting.
Right.
Yeah. And I talked to Amy's daughter, and like Amy said, I'm grown. I'm very much, this would happen a long time ago, but there still are those feelings of like guilt and shame and betrayal and things like that, because of just what it is. Like, it's sick that even, almost 2 decades after,
It
I
really
still
is emotional baggage. Like, no matter how much, we can move forward and grow and try to let go, there is certain things about us as women, like, that we just will never be able to let go. How we raise our children, how we look at the world, how we view men, how we act in relationships. Like, there's so many things outside of just crying yourself to sleep every night that
Right.
like affect us really, really on a daily basis, that they don't understand. You know what I'm saying? To them, it was their minute of pleasure. But like, to us, this really is going to affect how I raise my child in the future. And that is fucked up.
Right.
Yeah.
And that, I think I've talked to all three of you all about the fact that, they have, I think do you all have kids?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
So they all have kids.
Yeah.
And how are they're going to be sitting at work one day with their daughters in high school and thinking, is this happening to my child? Like, are they even going to be safe to send their kids to JCPS, knowing what all they've done to kind of like brush this under the rug so that it doesn't get out, to protect their reputation?
Right.
And
Yeah.
I think mentally, like what Alyssa said, is that like, I'm in the mental health field. I've been doing this for a long time, but like, even I put mine in the back of my head because it was really traumatic and just tried not to think about it. And if I would have known that he was going to continue, I would absolutely have reported it so it didn't happen to other people potentially. But the things that it leaves us with, like now having to kind of relive my trauma and all this stuff, like things that I didn't think were an issue, like it's affected my relationships, you know, my overall mental health, just how easily you get triggered and you know, things that you'll see or something like that will just trigger you and ruin your whole day. Like emotionally, it's very difficult, even if it's been 20 years ago. And this is stuff that no matter how much therapy or, you know, psychiatric treatment or healing or self-love, whatever we do, it's still going to be there and affect us for the rest of our lives and affect the people around us too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so yeah.